Hello, Microsoft Build.
Hello.
Hi, Allison. How are you?
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm so good. Allison and I would like to give a humongous special welcome to all of you who are tuning in to this special episode of Hello World, where we are going to celebrate all things Microsoft Build. This has, of course, been going on all week and will go on the rest of the week. Also, speaking of a big celebration, it is the 1-year anniversary of Learn TV. Happy birthday, Learn TV.
Happy birthday.
Mm-hmm. Happy
Do we have
birthday.
A candle? Should we make a wish?
I think we should make a wish. I, of course, have no candle, but
I've got this one.
Look at you. You have one. Okay. Yeah.
No lighter, though, but we'll just...
No, that's probably a good
There
thing.
we go. We're wishing for a great second year.
Okay, so this is, of course, a very, very exciting time for us. 1 year of Learn TV. We've been around. We actually launched it right at the end of Build last year. It was hilarious because it was being written as we were at Build by Seth Juarez and Hank Bowman on our team and a few others. So they're like hit publish at the end of Build, which was incredible. Of course, a year ago, we didn't have live chat. We didn't have a bunch of the cool functionality we have right now. So let's actually use that functionality. Please join us for the live chat. Ask us questions, drop us comments. We read and listen to every single one of them. So please do that. Speaking of Build, it's next week, next Tuesday, Wednesday. Registration is open. This week, of course, we're going to be focusing on all the things of Build. So Allison, do you want to tell everyone who you are and what you do and what your role is at Build this year?
Absolutely. So I'm Allison Wines. I am a program manager in the developer division. So I spend all day and sometimes all night, depending on the night, thinking about how to make developers' lives easier. So Build is obviously near and dear to my heart and to the hearts of everyone I work with. I've been on the demo side in breakout sessions in previous years, but this year I'm taking on a new role of being one of the lovely interstitial hosts. So I will be around for that first segment of day one to help get everyone situated. Donna, what about you? Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm Donna Sarkar. I head up advocacy for the Power Platform here at Microsoft, as well as some of our accessibility efforts. So I am so excited for Build because it's the one time of year we gather all of the makers and devs and creators in one place and tell them all of the things. So I am insanely excited about Build. I am also one of your hosts. I'll be on day 2 on Wednesday, starting at 7 a.m. Pacific time. And yeah, there's going to be shenanigans, obviously.
Oh, so many shenanigans. I really think shenanigans is probably the best synonym for what, other people might call the interstitial programming.
Right.
I highly recommend everyone to tune in because the interstitial programming will not be recorded. So if you want to see shenanigans with all of us, you got to tune in live.
Exactly. So those are all those live interviews, our chatter amongst ourselves, our commentary on the sessions, and a bunch of sneak peeks into what segments we're interested in, aka the best ones.
Obviously.
Speaking of segments, the other content zones are super, super cool. Allison, have you seen some of the cool stuff going on in the student zone this year?
Oh my gosh, I love the student zone. I wish I had been a student when I went to my first Build. So the student zone is where you're going to be able to see things like the Imagine Cup. We actually have Maxime here with us to talk about that in a little bit. The connection zone is where you'll be able to ask experts, have one-on-one consults. You have to be registered though. And some of the sessions in there are limited space only. Christina will tell us more about that. And then finally, we have the learning zone, because as we know as developers, you're constantly learning. And Karina will be on today to tell us more about the learning zone and learn live sessions that will help you upskill even further.
I love these zones because when you think about things like student zone, you think, oh, maybe it's going to be for students only, but it's for beginner learners of all kinds.
Yeah. You can always be a student. It doesn't matter whether you're in high school or college or just taking up a new skill, right? We're lifelong learners. And so Student Zone really applies to all of us.
Exactly. The venue. Have you built to the Build venue yet?
I have not.
Mhm.
But you know who I think has? Ben Walters told me he's
Mhm.
been around there grabbing some backstage footage. And I think he's going to come show us what's going on behind the scenes of Build.
I am. Hello, Allison. Hello, Microsoft Build. How are we this morning?
I'm doing great. I'm ready to hear about this venue.
Yes, well, I did. I managed to sneak in. I managed to get past security, and I earlier this week went and had a look and got a bit of an expose on probably one of the biggest unsung heroes of Build. So let's have a quick look at this video. Hey everyone, Ben Walters here. I figured as we're making our way towards Build, it'd be great to take you behind the scenes and show you all the things that go into making a show like Build happen. Follow me. So here we are outside Stage C, which probably has one of the biggest unsung heroes of all of our Microsoft events. Let's sneak inside and check it out. Now, I'm here with Alex Berry to talk about this giant 12K LED wall. Thanks for taking the time, Alex.
My pleasure, Ben.
Now, I'm pretty sure this is the screen that everyone wishes they had in their home. Can you share with us a little bit about how we use this for our events?
Well, we use this wall for digital virtual scenery, which lets us quickly move between locations and setups. We can also use the wall for virtual interviews using Teams and also taking any computer source in the building and route it to the screen in a PIP picture. That PIP can be moved anywhere on our screen, and since our media server has a three-dimensional environment, we can also rotate it to face someone on stage.
Now, I've been lucky enough to record in front of this wall, and I have to say it really is great to work with, and it makes all the difference when you're doing a remote interview. Can you take us through what's behind this monster and how it works?
This is an AOTO 1.5 millimeter LED wall, which means there is a pixel every 1.5 millimeters. And since this wall is 60 feet wide and 12 feet tall, we have a screen resolution of 11,520 by 2,160, basically 25 million pixels. We use a disguised D3 media server to control all of our wall content. It works on a layer system with the ability to crossfade between any scene and also move that scene in 3 dimensions. We are also using an automated robotic lighting system that can be cued by the D3, so lighting and media are synced.
Now that's an amazing setup, and I actually had no idea we'd also synced in all the lighting as well. What happens if something goes wrong with one of the panels in this system?
So far, fingers crossed, we have not had any significant errors with this wall. The 3 4K processors running all of the data to this wall have been incredibly stable, and this particular wall has not been moved for 6 months, so we don't have a lot of loose cabling that's going to be coming unplugged. But if we do have a tile that goes out, they're easy to replace by popping a segment out of the front of the screen and replacing it with a backup. The whole process just takes a few minutes.
Well, Alex, thank you again for taking the time to show us this, and I think I need to book a night here to play some Xbox on this screen.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Cool. So where are the controllers? Okay, so we just saw the LED wall. Now we're going to take you through to makeup and show you where they make us look the best we can be on camera. Check it out. Hey, Jennifer. How you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
All right. So this here is Jennifer. She's my makeup artist, and she's going to make me look my best, as well as probably clean up this haircut a bit. But I tell you what, while she's doing that, I'm going to sign off for now, and I'll see you all tomorrow on another behind the scenes.
Oh, I definitely need that screen in my house. Can you imagine like video call parties with that screen while
Yeah.
we've all been stuck at home? Oh,
And that's just like a small piece of the tech that goes into making something like Build happen. Like that studio that we have in Building 127 is amazing, and it's just something you very few people get to experience. So it's really, really cool.
that is awesome. I saw that control room looked quite, complicated. Did you get any more details about that? I sort of wish I were even behind the scenes there.
Yeah, and we do actually. In fact, later on this week, we've also got some time I spent with one of our other hosts, Seth Juarez, and he's going to give us a little bit more of a tour of some of the experiences he has. And I also took some time to get into the master control room of Build. They wouldn't let me touch any buttons, but we did get a chance to see what was happening there and kind of get a view of a little bit deeper in behind the scenes. So make sure you tune back in on Hello Microsoft Build later this week for more details there.
I will definitely be checking that out. And Ben, what are you most excited for besides that giant LED screen, of course?
Besides the giant LED wall. Yeah, look, so I really love hearing from our customers at our events, and especially at Microsoft Build. And in fact, I have one customer I'm really, really excited about, and it's actually a combination of Microsoft and a partner called Cluster Reply and a customer called United Mobility International. And they've been using a combination of Azure Connect and AI on the edge and autonomous systems. So yes, robots, to be able to solve some of their challenges and drive their business forward. So if you haven't checked it out yet, check the link on screen and get it added to your schedule so you can see all the details in that interview.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us, Ben. All right, Donna, what's up next?
Okay, I want that screen, first of all. And how did they let Ben in the venue? They didn't let us in the venue. Is it because we tried to take the screen? Maybe that's
probably because we press all the buttons. Let's be real here.
Okay, speaking of next thing that is super cool, we'd love to call up Max, who is going to share with us about the Imagine Cup, which is probably one of my favorite things on the planet. Hi, Max. How are you?
Hi, Donna. Pretty good, and you? It's been a while, right?
Yeah, like way too long.
Way too long.
So you got to be one of the mentors for Imagine Cup this year.
Yes. So this first, can we just
tell
explain?
Tell everyone what Imagine Cup is. Of course, you and I are huge fans.
We're big fans. But what is Imagine Cup? So imagine a global competition for students all around the world, where students are building technical solutions to problems that they've identified within their in their world. And it's been running since 2003, and it awards cash prizes to all the winning teams. And basically, this competition literally helped launch startups and careers. So it's a great competition to watch.
I love that. By the way, we've heard so many stories of this was an Imagine Cup project 20 years ago, and now we've been a company for 10 years. How cool is that? I love it.
It's amazing. And I got to be the mentor for a team this year that just managed to end up in this championship, which is
just a big coincidence, I'm sure, that you have.
Of course.
So tell us about the team you mentored. Who were the team and what was their solution? What they make?
So it's a 3-person team from New Zealand, and their team name is called ProTag. And they're an amazing team, and they're providing a solution to all the New Zealand cattle farmers in having identifying sick cows before they infect others, or when a cow get hurt or something like that. So they came out with a near tag that, with the help of Azure, of course, helps identify when something goes wrong and automatically warns the farmer. And it's bound to save the farmers a lot of money, but also, when you think about it, it's also helping the planet by reducing carbon emissions. So it's really an amazing, multifaceted idea, and I just love it.
I love that they've solved a local problem, right? They're looking at a real issue that probably one or more of them have dealt with, because that's a big problem to understand deeply if you don't know much about livestock or IoT or farming or anything like that. So I think that's really cool.
like I do.
I'm like, so tell me, what about this team or solution really inspired you while you were mentoring them?
So this team has been working seriously hard to ensure that the device helped out the aging farmers to do more with less. Because let's be real, farming is not it's not the tech world where all the young kids are heading to. So the average age of a farmer is getting older and older, and the fact that their solutions tackle so many of the problems at the same time is actually impressive. You're saving cows. That means that you don't have to raise them up again from calf to until they're adults. So you're saving on the CO2, you're saving on the money, you're reducing the efforts that the farmer need to work on. So it's truly inspiring for me to see all those young technologists achieve so much, in not just on a single point, but on like 3 different points. It just blows my mind.
I love that. I like that these students are tackling a real problem and using their technical skills to do that. So what is your advice for other students who want to pursue their passion and go out and find their purpose? They have tech skills, but they're not really sure where to start.
Right. The first thing that you actually need to do is start, right? It's just so simple. Just start. But I mean, where do you start? So it's the hard one. Personally, I'd recommend heading to Microsoft Learn. So if you're a student, you can go to aka.ms/learn-student. It's a special page just for all of you so that you can get a curated list of all the content just for students to get you started. So let's just make sure that we're getting this starting thing easier together.
I love that. I like that there's a dedicated focus on students, in Learn, which is a thing you and I use to learn like everything. So for people who are interested in Imagine Cup, why should they tune into Imagine Cup Championship at Microsoft Build next
Wow.
week?
Yeah, so many reasons. We often get like a tunnel vision in our world by only seeing what's around us. And Imagine Cup is the perfect moment to see out of the box approaches to problem solving. You get inspired by the amazing project that all the teams have built. And I don't know, maybe you get a side project going for this summer. And maybe, hey, the next person watching this right now, maybe you will be the next champion for the next Imagine Cup.
Yeah, exactly. And what's cool is you get to solve a real tech problem. You get to make a bunch of friends, and you have a chance to win a bunch of prizes and mentorship from a bunch of really senior people like Max. So definitely tune into Imagine Cup and figure out how you can get involved.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for chatting with us, Max. I cannot wait till Tuesday to see who the winner is. All right, Allison, did you see that? Was that so cool?
I did.
These projects, like, can you imagine doing this kind of project? I'm like, what is IoT when I was in college?
I love the advice though, to just like pick a problem that you know about, because as the end user, you are going to be well positioned to solve it. And as far as taking that first step and just like learning, I hear we've got a special guest, Karina Ung, who's going to talk to us about the Learning Zone and the Learn Live sessions. Hi, Karina. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm better than ever. Super
awesome.
excited.
Yeah, we're super excited to have you. So teach me about what's going on in the Learning Zone.
Yeah, lots of great things in the Learning Zone. You just heard about Imagine Cup. You can actually discover Imagine Cup and a bunch of student sessions, introductory sessions in the Student Zone, which is discoverable in the Learning Zone. In addition to the Learning Zone, you can also find the Cloud Skills Challenge, Microsoft Build Cloud Skills Challenge. Those are just really fun ways to engage in Microsoft Learn modules and learning paths. And you have the opportunity to complete challenges and potentially win prizes, which you'll hear about later. So stay tuned on that. In addition to Cloud Skills Challenge, you can also access our Learn Live sessions. And these are guided walkthroughs of Microsoft Learn modules, guided by our subject matter experts. And I do want to talk about two of the Learn Live sessions, one being delivered by Anna Hoffman and David Mowry. They'll walk you through these Learn modules to build serverless full stack applications with Azure Static Web Apps and Azure SQL Database. So super excited about that as well.
Awesome. And I hear we've got Anna ready to tell us a little bit more about this. So why don't we bring her on?
Hi, I'm Anna Hoffman, the host of Data Exposed Live, which is also on Learn TV, and a member of the Azure SQL product group. I'm super excited to be on Hello World today to tell you about a show we're hosting during Learn Live at Microsoft Build next week. In this session, you'll get the first glance at a new learning path focused on building serverless full-stack applications with Azure Static Web Apps and Azure SQL Database. We'll cover how to combine this with other services like Azure Functions, Azure Logic Apps, and even GitHub Actions. Better yet, you'll walk away with all the resources to deploy it all yourself for free. We're really looking forward to it, and we hope to see you then. Thank you.
Oh, that's going to be great. Are there any other series that you're super excited for?
Yeah, there's another one I want to highlight. So Jeff Fritz, infamous Jeff Fritz. If you're interested in learning about building your first web application using C# and Blazor, I would definitely check out Jeff's Learn Live session to learn about that.
Awesome. And let's go ahead and hear from Jeff himself on what you'll learn in his session.
Hey there, friends. My name is Jeff Fritz, and I'm so happy to be a part of Microsoft Build 2021 and the Learn Live experience. We're going to talk a little bit about Blazor in my session, and we're going to teach you how to build your first Blazor application using the Microsoft Learn modules. Now, we're going to get you past just building a web application, and we're going to see how C# plays an integral role in building next-generation applications for the web using Blazor. I hope I see you there. Make sure you sign up and tune in to Let's Learn All About Blazor.
So like if I make a Blazor app, do I also get that Blazor? Because I kind of want that. It's excellent.
I wish I had that in my closet too.
Awesome. So let's circle back to this challenge, the Cloud Skills Challenge you mentioned earlier. I love challenges in games. So can you tell me a little bit about how that works?
Absolutely. So you might be familiar with the Cloud Skills Challenge if you were at Microsoft Ignite. We are doing another Cloud Skills Challenge again for Build, but we are spinning things up a little bit. So for this event, we'll actually have 5 Cloud Skills Challenges aligned to the event themes. And when you complete these challenges, you'll actually gain experience, you'll gain knowledge by going through curated Microsoft Learn modules and learning paths. And upon completing a challenge, you'll, like I mentioned, you'll get a chance to win prizes that we'll offer. Stay tuned on what those prizes are because we haven't dropped the ball on those yet. One of the Cloud Skill Challenge I'll mention is building native cloud apps using turnkey applications and services where you only have to write once. So Cloud Skills Challenge is really just a fun way to learn while being hands-on. So make sure you check out the Cloud Skills Challenge in the Learning Zone. You can actually sign up today for the Cloud Skills Challenge to get notified to actually get ahead of the game. So these are 2 weeks long. The challenge will begin once Build starts. So just make sure to sign up to get notified, and you can do that today.
Awesome. And reminder, everyone, all the links from today's show will be available in our notes. So don't worry if you missed that. Awesome. Let's go ahead and bring back Donna.
Oh, so cool. Okay. You know what? I love the Learning Zone so much. And Cloud Skills, there better be a Power Platform one, I swear. I just want to know about these prizes.
Like, I love prizes. I love learning. Learning's great, but learning with a prize is fun. Maybe it'll be that Blazor.
It's not the screen or the Blazor, Allison. I know. You're like, can it be the screen? What if it's the Blazor?
A girl can wish.
Okay. By the way, speaking of people who are lifelong learners, I'd love to call in Christina Warren, our friend, who I think knows everything. Whenever I don't know something, I'm like, let's just call Christina because she's going to know. I'm like, what's going on with Windows nowadays? A thing I should know. Just call Christina. Christina, I hear you pulled like an all-nighter to organize your build schedule. Is that true?
Wasn't an all-nighter, but I did. I mean, I was asked to put out and share my build schedule. So I was like, well, I need to do this. Have you two not filled out your build schedules yet?
I don't think I've done that even a little bit. But yeah.
Okay. I usually show up and just like wander around in person.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, you need to get on that because we are, like 5 days away. So if you go to mybuild.microsoft.com and you log in, you can set up your schedule and you can basically all the different sessions, find the stuff you want, add it to your schedule. But one of the cool things this year is that you can actually share your schedule out with other people if you want. So what I thought would be fun to do is I'm going to go through what my schedule looks like right now, some of the sessions that I'm really excited about. If people want to see what I've added to my schedule, maybe add them to your own, you can go to aka.ms/cmac-build-schedule. That link should be down below. I see that. But yeah, so let's go ahead and kind of take a look at things. So as I said, mybuild.microsoft.com, this is where we are. And this is what my schedule is like starting on Tuesday. So first things first, we have Satya's keynote. Can't miss that, right? Like
obviously.
All have to attend that. Now, if you, for some reason, can't attend live because of time zones, that will be available on demand, and there are going to be multiple repeats. So don't worry about that. The next thing, and this is a technical session, I'm excited about this. This one, there are going to be a number of repeats as well. Some of the sessions you will need to RSVP for because they will be one and done, and they're like breakout sessions and connection zones. But most of the sessions will be available. Many of the sessions, rather, will be available multiple times, and you'll be able to watch them on demand. But this particular session is about building cloud-native applications that run anywhere. And so this is with Jeff Holland, Mr. Serverless himself, and Beck and Gabe, and I'm really excited about this. The next one, and this is one that I wish that, we were talking about learning earlier, I wish I'd had this when I was early career because this doesn't really apply to me personally. Right, yeah, right, Allison? This doesn't really apply to me personally, but I really want to tune into this because Sana, who's also a host with us for Microsoft Build this year, is doing it. It's going to be great. And this is all about core tools for a dev career, and it's an introduction to two of my favorite things, which are Visual Studio Code and GitHub. So I love that.
That one's an RSVP. That's limited space.
Limited space. So if you see these when you're going to the my build at Microsoft.com, as Allison pointed out, great point. If it's one of these breakouts, these connection zones rather, make sure that you RSVP because there's limited space, and so make sure you RSVP and then show up so that you can get everything out of that. The next thing I want to talk about, and you already talked about this with Maxime, but the Imagine Cup World Championship. Got to tune into that. Got to see who wins and see all the people who will be our bosses someday and what they're doing. Mark Brasinovich and Rick Kloss, a longtime friend, will be discussing Azure innovation and more. I don't know about YouTube, but I love seeing Mark anytime. He's so smart. I could watch him just talk forever. So that's great. Another one that I have, and this is one that is another RSVP session. This one is about building serverless full stack applications with Azure Static Web Apps and SQL in Azure SQL Database. And what's interesting to me about this one is I've been building stuff with Azure Static Web Apps for a year since it was out in preview. But I like the idea, and I'd like to learn more about adding a full stack app element to that with the database and connecting a database to this static app. I think that's really interesting. Now, I know that was a lot. That is just Monday or Tuesday rather. That is just day one.
Wait,
that was
you
just
did
the first day.
days?
Oh yeah. So we've got more. So one thing up. So the next thing, this is Wednesday the 26th. This is the Into Focus Day 2 keynote. This is with Scott Guthrie, everyone's favorite developer, Scott Hanselman, Rajesh, and Kevin Scott. So this is going to be something you definitely, Seth Juarez, some guy we know, he's going to be there too. Maybe tune in for him. We mentioned this one. This is also a connection zone session, also an RSVP one. We heard from Jeff Fritz earlier. He is well known as a live streamer and he does amazing stuff. And he has a great session that I can't wait to attend called So You Want to Be a Live Streamer. So I want to get more into live streaming code. And so I'm definitely tuning into this. So also speaking of, I just said code, what's new in Visual Studio Code, that's a session. This will be a couple of times. It's a breakout session, but it's going to be repeated more than once. There's been so much new stuff that's been announced in Visual Studio Code over the last few months. I'm interested in that. There's also stuff about the modernization of .NET, what's coming in .NET 6. And then I finally had to kind of call out, there's one that you will appreciate, Donna, from your last life, what's new in Windows 10 for all developers.
Yes.
And then we've got, so you got your Windows on my Linux, the Windows subsystem for Linux. That's one of my favorite things. And so I'm excited about that. There's so much good stuff. This is all just, like I said, day 2. I will be honest, day 3 is what I'm hosting. So my day 3 schedule is
empty.
Hosting.
That looks like all my day schedule. So that's it.
Well, get to it. Get to it. But if you want to do this, and if you, like I said, you can go to my schedule at aka.ms/cmac-build-sched. But if you want to share your own, what you want to do is when you go to the build page, go to your profile and go into contact preferences and turn your privacy notifications so that you can display the sessions on my schedule on the My Build profile page. And when you do that, when you go back to your schedule, after you've enabled that, there's a share button where you can actually share your schedule with others. So both of you, that's your homework after this. Fill out your schedules, RSVP to stuff. You got to do it.
All right, fine. I'll get on my game.
I will do it. And by the way, going on my schedule is the Power Platform session because we're revealing the you-know-what. So I cannot wait for the you-know-what. All right, speaking of other overachievers, Christina, let's bring back all of the other Build overachievers. Christina, Ben Walters, come back. Max, please come back. Karina, please come back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Perfect. Everyone is here. And we would like to wish everyone a very happy Build next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Make your schedule. Do the thing. Happy Build, everyone. Bye.
Yay.